What's brappin', my fellow nitro heads? In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean and rebuild your diffs the lazy way-ish. So first thing I do is I just wipe all the outside grease off the diff. Good enough. So now we're going to start disassembling this diff. On these, it's a number 2 Phillips. There we go. Come right out. Now, if you have aluminum case diffs and you're having trouble getting them out, and you're afraid you're going to strip them, what you can do is just apply a little bit of heat to the case, because you shouldn't really worry about melting anything, because if you're doing a proper rebuild, you're gonna replace your bearings, gonna replace the gasket, and gonna replace the seals. So you really shouldn't worry about melting anything, and you just wipe the diff off so you don't have to worry about possibly catching any grease on fire. But if you have plastic case diffs, it should be no problem at all. So finish getting these screws out. So this is just going to come apart. Yeah, this diff could use a rebuild. You can see the oil, it's about due for a change. And this isn't an HPI gasket, this is actually a low-C gasket. But I'm not going to be reusing this because I have the proper HPI gasket. So I'm just going to do that, let all the oil drain out, and we're going to start taking this side out. So just a regular pair of needle nose pliers. We're just going to disassemble this diff like normal. Now this should pop out. And some diffs, they do have shims on the ends here, so take note of, as well as on this diff, the bearings are different sizes. There's this little shim here, and a seal or an O-ring. Let go. There we go. So this side is completely taken apart. Yeah, this oil's due for a change. And then again, we'll take our pliers. Remove the spider gears and the pins, all the shims, everything. Just gonna line this pin out with these grooves here. There's that pin. Don't let go. Now, this outdrive cup can just go over there. And again, our bearing. See, I was talking about it's a different size than the other side. It's a pretty clever idea by HPI. They have a bigger bearing on the side that takes more load. There's a little shim down here, and an O-ring. So our diff is completely stripped down. Now for the next part. Now here's where the lazy part comes in. Instead of cleaning each piece by itself. That just takes forever and that's boring, and I'm sure no one likes to do that. So what you're gonna need is a container of some sort. I don't really have a container laying around, so I've got here a water bottle. We're just gonna cut it somewhere around here. That way all the pieces can fit into it. And then we're gonna put some cleaner in it. Nice precision cutting, and got that off. Now we're gonna put everything in. We're gonna put ring gear. We're gonna put the screws. Gonna put our bevel gear, cross pin, outdrive cup. Oh yeah, I have to take that shim off still. Spider gears. Some more junk. The only thing I wouldn't really suggest putting in there, obviously, is your seals, because depending on the cleaner that you use, it could really dry out your seals and damage them. Even gonna put the pinion gear in here. I'm just gonna take this bearing off. I don't want to lose the shim here, so take that off. Now we're gonna put this diff cup in. Now you can, depending on the cleaner you use, of course, you can put your plastic diff cups in, but I wouldn't put them in, if you're worried about it, I wouldn't put them in for as long, because it can, like, again, depending on your cleaner, it can eat plastic. So you can put it in for like an hour or something, then take it out, blow it out, neutralize it with the water, and you're good. But we got a metal diff case, nothing to worry about. If you do have an anodized diff case, again, depending on your cleaner, it will take the anodization off. So if you care about that, then you might not want to put your diff cup in here. But if you don't care, then I guess you don't care. You can put it in. And now for the cleaner. It's a little bit of an investment, but I highly recommend getting one of these right here. This is a Varsol tank. It's, like I said, it's a little bit of an investment. You don't need something this big, though. I upgraded from the one I had before. This tank is like $500. Comes on sale all the time for about $150, $200. And you can put whatever cleaner you want, but I use Varsol. This is a very nice cleaner. And what's very nice, when you're cleaning stuff, there's a filter in there, and it recycles all your cleaner. So basically you don't have to use brake clean ever again, because when you grab your brake clean, you spray it into like a little cup or something, and then it dries up. And this stuff's expensive, people. This is like, depending what brand you go for, it's like $5 a can, and they don't give you much cleaner in a can. So again, depending on the size of Varsol type you go for, you can get like a really small one. They're about $50, and then you can buy a gallon of Varsol. I'm using Clean Flow. It's about $50 a gallon. This holds 4 gallons, I think. So for RC use, I wouldn't get anything this big. I mean, like $100, and you can get like a small Varsol tank with some Varsol, and you can see this. Where did I put it? See this? This is a little cup of Varsol I've been using to clean stuff with. See, it's all full of dirt at the bottom. Well, guess what? You can reuse that, because like I said, there's a filter in there. It pays for itself pretty quick, people. If you use brake clean like crazy, $4 adds up after a while. I've had this for a couple years, and it's saved me lots of money. I don't use brake clean as much anymore. I just use it for things that I can't really take off. Like for real vehicles, the only time I use the brake clean is for parts that I can't really take off, or I don't want to take off, because it is pretty convenient to just walk up to something you're cleaning and just spray it on. But if you're taking a part off and you're cleaning something, fits in here, this you're gonna save money. So we're just gonna fill this container up. Poor stool. Stuff can eat paint after a while, so I'll wipe that off. So instead of waiting for this to do its job, what I usually do is I clean my diff. I like take it all apart and I put it in here and then I fill it up. I do that before I'm done in the shop for the day. I'll do this before I leave, and then the next morning I come back into the shop and all the parts are clean. All you have to do is take them out, blow them off, and then yeah, it does all the work for you. Like this is way takes way less time than to clean each part by hand, and I think it's cheaper after a while instead of using like a can of brake clean and filling this whole cup with it. Like I said, it adds up. So definitely give this a try. This is sweet. I'll show you how this looks after a day of just sitting and soaking in here. All right, it's the next day. Let's check our little diff out here. Yes, I am wearing gloves because this Varcel is fairly strong, and it dries out your skin, I find. So anyway, maybe if I can get into better light here. Look at all the crap that just ate up all that silicone oil in there. I just dumped right out, ate it all up. Now I'm gonna blow this off real quick on camera. I'm gonna show myself blowing this diff case off on camera, just in case there's some non-believers out there. Oh, he cleaned it up more off camera. Let's check this out. Check that out. Clean as a whistle. Now we have all the old Varcel in here. Let's see how dirty that is. And of course, since we got a Varcel tank, we can open this up. We can reuse this. There's still some junk on the bottom of that. And we can just close this up. Throw this out. And we got clean diffs. Here's another look at our cleaned up parts. This is just the spacers. No gunk in there whatsoever. Beautiful. Now we can start rebuilding this diff.